Hello, friends, and welcome to the very first episode of Throttle Out Thursday, where it's going to be me at Bike Envy riding one of my bikes to work every week on Thursday. Welcome. We're going to see how this goes. So, today we have my 2024 Suzuki DR650. It is warm already, so can't really do a cold start for you, but here we go. Whoop. Let's get going. Really, today, more than anything else, we are just going to be exploring the route that I'm going to take every single time. It's a good mix of commuting, not really any interstate, but there's some twisty roads, some traffic, some regular kind of commuter city stuff. You'll see. So as we go on our commute, I will say that this is something that has been in the back of my mind for a while about doing something to get like a weekly upload schedule. And this is what I came up with. So Throttle Out Thursday, I wanted to have something, that kind of had an alliteration. So there's a bunch of different ideas. There was Moto Monday. I feel like that one's been done to death. Two Wheel Tuesday, done to death also. Wheelie Wednesday, probably implies that we're going to be doing more wheelies than we actually will. Fast Friday was, one's okay. That was the close second, Fast Friday. But Throttle Out Thursday, because I felt like that one was unique. So as these progress, obviously this is the very first episode that we're doing. We can talk more in depth about different kind of riding techniques or breakdowns of my bikes and what I like about them, what I dislike about them. I know I've already made one about this DR650. They got very good feedback and lots of views I'm happy about. But yeah, as we go, we can talk more and more about those types of things because I like to have this environment where there's an open forum for discussion on anything motorcycling. So there we go. As we ride, we can talk about how I feel about this DR, because this one really is kind of my daily commuter. I ride this one to work probably more than any of my other bikes just because it's really good on gas. It's super duper manageable. I don't really expect to go very quick to work, so it's just like a nice little 30-minute ride on my dual sport. So this is the first little stretch of the route. We'll be turning left over here, which will take us to some kind of rural vibe kind of roads. Hopefully we don't get stuck at the light for too terribly long. There's the cruiser shop, Cherokee Choppers. It is right by my house. I always kind of want to stop and talk to them and see, what other kind of things they have. I don't know if it's just specifically cruiser things or if they do work on other bikes. I don't know. One day we'll figure it out. It is about 94 degrees today, so all my gear is black, including my jeans and boots, so it's pretty toasty. I'm also on a air-cooled, oil-cooled bike, so there's that. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. One interesting thing about this bike that I will mention while we're sitting here at the stoplight is I think I have it just a little bit too rich, because if I try to just pull off the line like I would on any of my other bikes, it'll bog and like almost stall. So the way you combat that which we will demonstrate as this light goes green. So you just blip it. And for whatever reason, it tends to clear it out, and then you're good to go. Okay, we got a yellow. It's almost time. There we go. And we have our cool little railroad crossing that I just like to blitz through, stand up. Weep. Some days when I'm feeling brave, I will get air off that, but not today. Ooh, we got a little GT Mustang. Maybe hot take, but I think that these Coyote engine Mustangs are some of the best sounding cars currently being made. Come on, get on it. I want to hear it. Sounds good. Not a big fan of the yellow, though. I think Mustang should either be black or blue. The guy's getting after it, mowing his lawn. I don't know if you saw him on his little riding lawnmower, but woo! Alright, we're about to turn to the right over here, and this is where it gets a little bit secluded, and it's a nice part of the route to work where you can just kind of cruise around in 4th or 5th. Whee! This part of the road is kind of notorious for having one or, in one form or another, some kind of slow traffic. But today we are lucking out where there's nobody in front of us, and we can kind of just flow through some of these sort of blind corners. Obviously I do this every day, so it's not really blind, but for you guys, you got no idea what's coming next. And then we got this super weird intersection. You gotta like pop up here to make sure you're not gonna get taken out from the other side. I always have the intrusive thought that I want to go down those trains tracks, specifically on this bike. I don't think I'm gonna do it, but every time I see that, it pops into my mind. Trying to be a good ambassador here, and maybe not do all of the illegal things and be a total hooligan, but, you know, sometimes that urge just gets to you. If you can't read between the lines, this is a shameless knockoff of the Revzilla's Daily Ride. That I kind of wanted to copy because I think it's a really good platform. Full disclosure. Another blind corner. This one scares me. So you can't see, and I just always suspect that there's going to be a car coming from the other side, getting ready to turn left in front of me, but it hasn't happened yet. One other thing that I will mention is that there's a bunch of stray dogs that go around this stretch of road, and I almost refuse to do this particular route at night because I almost hit like 2 dogs in one singular ride home. So I take the interstate on the way home. Hey, it's a UPS guy. Up next, oh my goodness, is this person? There we go. Okay, they're good. I like to go around this corner fairly spiritedly. Uh-oh. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, like, what do you call them? Funeral processions, where they have like a motorcyclist in the front leading the whole pack. But one of those guys actually flagged me down like a month or two ago, and he was on, what is it, a Honda ST, the big like touring bike, and he was like, dude, you should get one of these bikes because, you know, if you go to the funeral home, you don't even have to be like an enforcement officer or anything else to just go do this. Like, you just have to wear like the uniform and have the lights on and everything, and you can just make, you know, decent, you know, couple bucks doing the funeral procession thing. So that's a strong pro for Honda ST. I don't even know if they make those new anymore. I'm sure they have like other bikes that you could do it on, like the BMW K 1300 or something like that, 1250, something. But I always thought that'd be fun. Anything that I could make just any money on a motorcycle with would be okay with me. So, as we get to this portion of the ride, this is where it slows down quite a bit, and it's kind of just pedestrian. Not a whole lot going on over here. This is just a lot of traffic. And I'm definitely feeling that heat. Boop-a-doop-doo. Here we go. I always feel like me doing this every day is perpetuating the meme. I don't know if you guys have seen those. If I can find it, I may post it, but it's like when you drive to work in a car and it's like a super straight line, and then when you drive to work on a bike and it's just super squiggly and all over the place. There is an interstate that's like right, you know, a quarter mile away from my house, and that takes me like 18 minutes to get to work, and this is like 35, just for the simple fact of I like to ride my bike, and I want to spend a little time with it before I have to be at work for quite a while. We'll say 11 hours. Come on, you can do it. Either commit to going around, or see, now you look silly. In my opinion, this is what the DR is best at. It's kinda just really good at tooling around. You know, super under stress. We're in 4th gear. Obviously, I don't have a tachometer, so I can't tell you what RPM that we're turning, but it's just putting away, purring. This is like where I think it's happy. When you get it up above, again, I have no idea, but when you get it up higher in the rev range, it starts to get buzzy and it feels a little bit strained. And I'm not saying the bike is not capable of doing any kind of, you know, higher speeds, because it most definitely is. It just feels like it's doing a lot of work. Haven't done any big trips on this one just yet, but that is my general assessment based off of what I have done. Uh-oh. Somebody's getting pulled over. I wonder what he did. I got an itch on my nose. Does he not have a license plate? That's what's sticking out to me right now. I think that's the Scorpion unit. I don't know, I think the ones that have like all the radars on the back is, I think that's what they call them, the Scorpions. At least down here. Oh my goodness, it is so very warm. Suppose at this point at the ride we could open up the floor for suggestions, and I would like to do instructional videos at some point about just like different riding techniques. So some of the things that we could talk about are, oh my goodness, what are you doing? We have trail braking. We could do clutchless shifting up and down, counter steering, rear brake usage, any number of things. Eventually, we could talk about doing wheelies. I'm going to do those in a parking lot with a variety of vehicles just so that we can see how they differ a little bit. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to talk about. If you want to learn, if you want me to go in depth on any kind of subjects, I would be more than happy to do that. But I gotta know. Otherwise, I'm just going to throw ideas at the wall and see which sticks. Segueing away from that, I will say that I've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. I'm very thankful for you guys. Appreciate everybody that watches, likes, comments, and shares. I do truly enjoy interacting with anybody who watches my videos, even if it's just talking shop. Especially if it's talking shop. I love doing that. Ooh, there's a little Porsche. Wendy's new saucy nugs. I don't know, that just seems messy. Like, to be honest, if I'm getting fast food, I'm usually eating it in the car. I don't want to eat saucy nugs in a car. Like, tacos are almost pushing it, just because you're going to get the lettuce everywhere, and, you know, shell fragments. Saucy nugs. I will always complain about the seat on the DR650. It is like a lightly padded 2x4, and I don't know exactly how long we've been riding at this point. I'm gonna guess it's somewhere around 15 minutes, but my buns are going to sleep already. There's so many options for better seats. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Another idea for videos, going back to the how-to portion of what I would like to bring to this channel, is maintenance. So, cleaning your chain, mounting and balancing your tires, setting up your suspension sag, and doing, I have a valve adjustment coming on my Tiger 850 in about 1,000 miles, and I fully intend on documenting that whole process because I've never done it before. And worst case scenario, maybe somebody can help me figure out what the hell I'm doing. I want this channel to be like all encompassing. I want to do track days and big touring trips and off-roading and work on stuff and show you guys how to do stuff. Just everything. I want it to be what it's like to be a lifelong motorcycler. I think that's the mission statement of this. Gives you an insight on what it's like. I'd imagine some of you already are if you're watching this, but if you're not, then you can see what it's like. Uh-oh, school bus. Oh, school's back in session. That means that my commute is going to take longer because these guys stop like 20 times in the span of 3 miles. It is what it is. It's for our youth, our future. Or something. So I recently reinstalled the baffle on this DR650 and the Lex MXE exhaust that I have on it, and it is so much quieter. And I don't know if you guys have heard yet, but like when you get on it and then you let off, there's some little pops. But if you don't have that baffle in, it is ear-ringing loud. And that's just kind of obnoxious, and I think it calls a lot of attention to you, and I don't necessarily think that it's good, the good kind of attention. So we put it back on. One note on that is it cold starts easier for whatever reason when that baffle is in. I think I understand why, but just something to know. Alright, we made it past the school bus, so we're not going to be super duper late to work. Very good. And now we get over here. And back here. Oh, O'Reilly's. Oh, parts. As we approach work, we're probably within 8 miles of being there. We have one more fun stretch of road to go through, as it were. It's like a nice little set of little sweepers. But this part's especially boring. Traffic is not all that bad today, though. I think there's quite a bit of dead space in this video right now because I am going to be totally honest. I didn't really prepare to talk about much in the way of bikes. This is more so just getting a feel for it and seeing how I like this particular route that I've chosen to get to work and documenting it. There's like a little go-kart shop somewhere around here, I think. I've always thought that would be fun to just have, like a little just lawnmower powered go-kart. I know they use those like Predator engines from Harbor Freight, and they like de-restrict them and make them high performance and all that. I would just need to have a welder, and I think I could build a chassis and put a little Predator in it. I heard somebody pronounce the name of this little crossover thing is Roger, and I was very confused. I've always pronounced it as Rogue. I don't know which one's proper, but Roger is like, it's kind of, One of my favorite things about this bike is when you're just kind of cruising along and like you just hear the loud combustion pops from the exhaust. You just think that, oh, there's a bunch of little explosions that are happening. I can actually hear the explosions. In my opinion, that's just one of the neat things about this motorcycle. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, biker friend. I think that was an R3. Looked like it. It was distinctly blurple. I wonder if he was like a construction worker or if he was wearing the high vis to be seen. It's always a question that I have when I see high vis. It's like, oh, are you working construction or is it a visibility thing? My legs are so warm. So very warm right now. Ew, it's the new Bronco. I have heard that there are some like pretty high spec models of those, and they're kind of cool, but I think that those are, I don't know, it reminds me of like one of those cubes, sort of, kind of, or like a little Range Rover. I don't know. There's so many blurred lines with vehicles anymore. It also makes it very difficult to like have a preference on what you want because all of them are so good. Alright, back up, Mr. BMW guy. Do not run me over. You know, it's not a very long stretch of road, but I never see another bike on this. I always wonder why. Because it's a pretty good little stretch of sweepers. And you can kind of just roll them all in fifth. Whatever year the Suzuki DR650 was designed, I think it was like 1996, I don't think that doing that was part of the model brief. You can do it. It's more than happy to, but you will feel so much wallowy suspension action, and there's just not a whole lot when you're doing like 65 or 70 to pull you away from your apex. It is fun though. Pop, 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 pop. Hopefully the rest of this ride is not super slow and traffic filled and hot, because it can be, and we'll know here very soon. Okay, it's looking good so far. I don't know if you guys can see that badge over there, but it looks like it says Sky Active G. Seems awfully gangster for Mazda. But I digress. Sky Active G. My legs are so very warm right now. But that's just one of the other parts of motorcycling. Sometimes your legs are gonna be hot. Doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Sometimes I wonder what would compel a person to put an Apple sticker